Growing up, I was always interested in the mental game. After years of study, I developed the Basketball Brain program. My life is devoted to helping others achieve their greatness. I hope you'll like, subscribe, and if you take a chance with the Basketball Brain program, I promise you your game's going to reach levels that you never thought possible.
What's up, Basketball Brain fans and members? How's it going? So Jimmy Kimmel had Kobe Bryant on, and Kobe was talking about the end of games. He's going around promoting his new book, The Mamba Mentality, and I'm going to review that very shortly. But in a nutshell, we have a big surprise. It looks like Kobe Bryant's been using Basketball Brain and subscribed to Basketball Brain's YouTube channel. Okay, I'm joking. But he's saying a lot of the things I've been saying for years. And that is this. That if you want to get good at the end of games, if you want to get good in crunch time, you have to get reps in crunch time. You have to get used to being in crunch time. That's why we always say visualize yourself at the end of games, using your mind to recreate the scenario so when you're in that final moment, it doesn't feel as new or different to you. And the other idea is you don't want to put too much weight on makes and misses. We talk about that all the time, that if you're going to be a good shooter, you just have to shoot and get away from the past, whether you missed the last shot or made the last shot, and get away from the future and worry about whether you're going to make or miss the last shot. And that holds true from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. Let's listen to Kobe really quickly.
You wrote something that I thought was very, very interesting. You wrote, a big shot is the same, is just a shot.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
You wrote?
Yeah. We psych ourselves up too much. Like if you try to talk yourself into, oh, this is a big moment, this is a big shot, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. You shot that shot hundreds and thousands of times, just shoot another one.
So when you would take those shots in overtime or last second or playoffs, whatever it was, long shots, you didn't have any extra anything on you?
Nope, because I've done it thousands of times before. It's like you getting up and doing a monologue.
It's really?
It's like breathing, man. You do it so often, do it so many times that you just do it again.
That's great. Do you feel like other players also feel that way, or?
Well, if they don't feel that way, that it means they're not getting enough reps in.
I see.
Because after a while, it's like downloading software, man. Once you download it, it's there.
Now, if you've taken the full program, you know we talk about downloading software into your mind, downloading the software into your subconscious so that it just plays automatically when you enter into the game. That's what the zone is. You automatically get into the zone. I will say something that I slightly disagree with Kobe, very, very slightly, and that is that the end of game shots are just like every other shot. He's right in a respect as far as the mechanics go, but I've found at the end of games, you have even more of a heightened focus. So it's the same for you mentally, but your mind knows the situational context, and even though you're very calm, it's almost like it ticks up in concentration. I remember one time I hit a game winner, and it literally felt as if everything slowed down. As the ball was coming to me, I caught it. I was on the left wing for a three-pointer. My eyes locked onto the hoop, and it wasn't that I was sure it was going in. It was like it had already gone in. It was just this heightened state of awareness. So at the end of games, even though the mechanics are the same, he's absolutely right, and you need to approach it like that. You'll find at certain times there's just this really, really intense state of heightened awareness where everything clicks on at the right moment, and it's a different experience than just shooting a normal shot. Even though, as Kobe says, 100% everything else is exactly the same. You've done it. You'll find in pressure situations and in clutch situations, your mind is mostly silent. You become very instinctual, you become very automatic, and you really don't have time to think. You get the ball, and it's just time to shoot, if you can get to that place. And I think by doing a lot of reps, having a lot of reps, you develop a fearlessness, and that fearlessness allows you to trust that you don't have to think about it, that you can let the future unfold as it will. In reality, the end of the games is incredibly freeing. The reason I always love the end of games is why I judge athletes on how they play the end of games. Not always whether or not they make or miss. In the Basketball Brain full program, I just did a talk about LeBron missing those free throws and the game winner the other night. Well, I love the fact that I'm looking more at the mentality when you take those shots. Not so much whether you make or miss. Of course, I want you to make it. That adds something to it. But if you don't make it, but you're still aggressive and you're taking those shots, Kobe missed a lot of game winners. But nobody remembers those. They only remember the makes. That's all they remember is the makes. And that's what I'm telling you guys. The other reason you need to just let it fly if you have a good shot when the clock's winding down, because nobody's going to remember your misses. Nobody. They'll only remember the shots you made. And so you as a player, you're going to remember your misses because they'll dig under your skin. But that's part of being a competitor. At any rate, you're going to download the software by visualizing it every day. Like I say, visualize 10 game winners a day or 20 game winners a day, and you have 3,000 to 7,000 approximately game winners that you're downloading into your system. And then just get a lot of reps up and try to find situations and pickup games and practices and scrimmages where you can take the last shot. Also, just like when you're a kid in the driveway going 3, 2, 1, keep doing that when you're playing, especially at the end of your workouts when you're tired. Put pressure on yourself in some way. Put pressure on yourself mentally. Pretend the game is real and there's people in the stands. Get that feeling. I do that whenever I shoot free throws. I pretend there's guys on the line. I pretend there's people in the stands. Every practice free throw. And you will notice when you get in a game and there's people in the stands, you'll feel like you've been there before. Use your mind to your advantage. Your mind is so powerful. It's powerful, but it can be tricked. It can be deceived. It doesn't know the difference between a real event and something you've imagined. Have you ever had a dream that was so real, like a year or two later, you can't really remember if that dream actually happened or didn't? Do you know what I'm talking about? Has this ever happened to you? You've had a dream. It's just like a regular dream about something. By regular dream, I mean it was about something that could possibly happen. And then like when you wake up, it didn't happen. But then 2 years later, you're like, did I have a meeting with that person? Or is that just a dream? I've had that happen before. The mind can be tricked. It can be tricked. So when you're practicing, intense visualization helps. Like Kobe said, get as many reps up as you can. And I love the mindset. It's just a shot. Some kid came up to me yesterday. I was playing 3-on-3, and he said, hey, man, can you help me shoot? He says, what's your secret? I said, just let it fly. Let it fly, man. Stop worrying about whether it goes in or not. Just shoot the ball. Put it up there, Don't take bad shots. Basketball is very simple. There's 3 possibilities. If you're open, you shoot it. If you're not, you pass it. And then sometimes you're not open, but you got to make yourself open and get the shot. That's it. There's 3 things you do with a basketball. You shoot it, and that includes driving if you're open. There's passing it if you're not open. And then there's times you get the ball at the end of a shot clock or at the end of the game and somebody's on you got to make a move and score. That's pretty much it. There's 3 possibilities. Don't overthink it. So, at any rate, love this. I think Kobe Bryant's, secretly when he was in the NBA, he's probably using the Basketball Brain program, That's why he was so good. That's what I want to believe. I think Joel Embiid's using it. I think LeBron's using it. LeBron must have heard me. I said, LeBron, take a jump shot off the dribble for a game winner. You drive to the hole. You're not a great free throw shooter, and you're probably not going to get the call anyways. Take the shot. Nobody cares. I give him applause. Everybody's saying he choked. He didn't choke. He took the shot. In my opinion, LeBron chokes when he passes to the corner or whips a pass to George Hill when he should shoot it. In my opinion, that's when LeBron, air quote, chokes. Shoot the ball. You're the best player on the planet. Let it fly, man. Let it fly. It's just like any other shot. Just like Kobe said. But you'll find, again, in those moments, there's a heightened sense of awareness. Heightened sense of awareness at the same time your mind goes silent. So it's an inverse relation. You get more concentrated and the mind gets quieter, which is actually what concentration is. This is Dylan. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Sorry to ramble on. I just love these quotes. I love talking about. I'm just talking about this stuff like you guys are sitting here in the room. This is how I think. This is how my friends and I talk about basketball. Take it easy.